We are good. Hey hackers, we're gonna watch a funny video today. Yep.
One day and they saw these two dogs humping. Hey John, want to hear a joke?
Yeah.
Well, little Johnny was in class and they were going over vocabulary words. Well, the word that the teacher came up with was contagious, and she asked if there were any students that could use the word in a sentence. Well, none of the kids were raising their hand except for little Johnny, and little Johnny always says something rude and obnoxious, but she couldn't think of anything that he could say with the word contagious. So she says, okay, little Johnny, what do you got? He said, well, me and my dad were driving down the road, and there was this lady that was painting this billboard with a very small brush. She says, okay, but what does that have to do with the word contagious? Well, my dad looked over at me and he said, son, that's going to take that contagious. Hey, John, want to hear a joke?
Yep.
Well, little Johnny and his dad were walking down the street one day and they saw these two dogs humping. Little Johnny looks over and says, Dad, what are they doing? His dad knows that little Johnny's getting a little bit older and he doesn't want to lie to him, so he says, they're making puppies. He says, okay, and he just keeps on his walk. His dad thought he was going to say a little bit more, but he was glad and relieved that he didn't have to explain the whole situation to him. And a couple of weeks later, little Johnny goes running into his parents' room, and they're having sex. And little Johnny gets scared, and he runs out of there and goes downstairs. His dad hurries up and gets dressed. And little Johnny says, Dad, well, what were you and Mom doing? Well, again, he didn't want to lie to his son. So he says, well, we were making a baby. He says, oh, well, why don't you flip her over next time, because I want a puppy. Hey, John, want to hear a joke?
Yeah.
Well, little Johnny turns 18. He decides to go out and buy himself a brand new motorcycle. Well, as he's just about to leave, the dealer says, here's a little jar of Vaseline. Anytime it's about to rain, go rub it on the chrome so that it doesn't rust. Well, Johnny says, all right, that's a good idea. Well, a couple weeks go by. Little Johnny gets an invite over to little Susie's parents' house for the first time to have dinner. She tells him about this little tradition that they have, that any person that talks first after we're done eating has to do the dishes. Which I says, okay, that's fine, I just won't talk. Well, after they get done eating, they're sitting there about 5 minutes. Little Johnny decides to speed things up a little bit, so he passionately kisses little Susie. Well, nobody budges. Oh, he's like, all right. He throws her on the table and he has sex with her. Still nobody budges. He's like, man, these guys are good. So he grabs the mom, throws her up on the table, has sex with her. Well, then nobody says another word, nothing at all. Well, little Johnny hears thunder in the distance, so he pulls out the jar of Vaseline, and his dad says, fine, I'll go do the dishes.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that video.
Walking down the street one day.
See you later.